Hey guys, welcome to this video, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talking about cultural declines that I experienced. I'm going to use to examine what I experienced from the mixed perspective that I have learned about culture from the perspective of Arnoldian and perhaps the perspective of Richard Hawker, where he talk about so much more in cultural declines in his idea of the uses of literacy. In an Arnoldian perspective, perhaps the perspective gives me some understanding about cultures that contributes to my explanations on my experience of cultural decline. There are some cultural declines that I notice from my community. Well, it happens to the people in my ages. My fellow peers, they have self-drives of seeking for a good life, seeking for happiness. The people on my age and the ages under my age tends to seek for happy life. They just want happy life. For example, in my experience, I notice the cultural declines that happens to my peers. There are some cultural declines. The first is where they spend the most time of their life. My friends tend to spend their time, most of their time, with their friends, not their family. It leads to perhaps the problems within families members because they have no time with the family, so they don't have any interactive or relationships which is healthy. And because of that, they have so bad relationships. People on my age, my fellow peers, spend their time in, for example, like cafe, malls, and other places that expected to give happiness. It's not happen only here in Malang, where I study. It also happens back to my home in Blitar City, where currently so many cafes are built. There are so many beautiful cafes, and I admire all of those cafes because the cafe is so beautiful. I love architecture. But talking about the numbers of the cafe, it can be said that, or it can be see that. People on my age tend to spend their time in the cafe rather than with the family. And the second decline on my culture is that the kids these days are having very intimate relationships with their opposite sex kids. I have noticed in some videos on Instagram or on social media that kids has very intimate relationships with their opposite sex person, and it shows how they just perceive for happiness, not the long-term effects. And the third thing that I notice from my culture about the decline on culture is that when they choose clothes, people on my age tend to buy clothes such as t-shirts, pants, or sandals or shoes. They choose the brand, not the quality. As long as the brands that have to be very popular, they will choose those brands. But in this case, if they have the money, that's okay. But the fact that is so many of my peers, they don't have money. I mean, they don't make their money. They still ask their parents for the money, or sometimes they need to collect money for like a month or years for the sake of buying the brands that shows in TV, in mass media. Those three are the cultural declines that I noticed on my culture. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give thumbs up, and if you have any thoughts on cultural declines, you let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit the red buttons below, the subscribe buttons. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.